As you can tell, I am a lipstick girl through and through. I love lipstick, I love makeup, and I love the scent of those things because they make me feel cozy inside. They make me feel like old Hollywood, which I also really enjoy. And generally, when I'm looking for a fragrance, I oftentimes will gravitate towards powder, lipstick, waxy kind of old-fashioned makeup scents. And that particular niche is what we're going to be discussing today because I have 5 lipstick scent fragrances, lipstick slash cosmetic inspired perfumes that I perceive as smelling quite similar to or adjacent to a lipstick or cosmetic products. If this is your first time on this channel, hello, my name is Anya. I love fragrances. And I publish videos on this channel 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. And if you're interested in beauty and fragrance history, I also have a podcast. It's called The Fragrance Report. It's available on Spotify and on YouTube, and I launch a new episode once a week on Wednesdays. And in addition to that, if you're trying to be a little bit more judicious with your fragrance collection, if you want a better way to track what kind of fragrances you have in your collection, I'd highly recommend you download my fragrance collection log and expense tracker. It's available in my Stan store. So, to be completely transparent with you, I can't remember if I've already done a video on this. I think I've spoken about this topic before, but I might have just done like a TikTok video on it. By the way, I'm on TikTok and Instagram, so you can follow me there. But I'm trying to decide, or I'm trying to remember if I did one. I did a quick search on YouTube. I don't think I've done this on YouTube. There was a time where I was on the hunt for more lipstick fragrances, and as a result, I have accumulated several. So we're going to be talking about these today. And I'm also going to be throwing in some fragrances into this video that are kind of lipstick adjacent or kind of remind me of a cosmetic scent. Of course, this is all a fantasy note. You literally cannot take like a crushed lipstick and put it into a fragrance. That's just not happening. So oftentimes what brands will do is that they will use, iterations of rose. They will use powdery accords. They will use orris. They will use iris, violet to capture the essence of what a lipstick or a makeup product could smell like. And that's what we're after in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it because we have a lot to cover. The first one is definitely an example of a perfume that mimics the essence of a lipstick. This is a gorgeous fragrance, and it happens to be designer. And if you're specifically looking for a beautiful kind of gourmand adjacent rose scent that still has like that headiness of the rose that makes you feel as if you're smelling kind of like a scented makeup product, then this is going to be the one for you. It's Lancome's Idole Nectar. There is a very prominent rose here, and the Idole rose happens to be, in my opinion, a rose that's sort of synonymous with scented product. So when you think of a rose scented item, when you think of a rose scented makeup product, this is the kind of rose that I picture in my mind. This also has additional notes of vanilla, popcorn, and caramel, making it the perfect kind of introductory scent if you're someone who loves gourmands and you want something that's more floral, or if you're on the other end of the spectrum, you love roses and you want something that's more gourmand, this is going to be the one for you. I just received a DM from one of my followers on TikTok about this fragrance, saying that she bought it and how much she enjoys it, and I'm so glad that more people are enjoying this fragrance because it's one of those perfumes that was really hyped up when it first came out, but since then it's kind of died down a little bit, but I still absolutely adore it. I wear it often. It's a beautiful scent. I only regret not getting a larger size because it truly is one of those very unique but approachable perfumes that's also available in the designer realm, which is rare. Not saying that you can't find good designers. I have many designers that I love, but every now and then a designer pops up that's actually super unique and interesting and really, really noteworthy, and in this case, Idole Nectar is definitely one of those. Another perfume that's more focused explicitly on the lipstick is Orris by Commodity. This one is rather lovely because it just mimics that waxy nature of a lipstick. It just smells like crushed lipstick. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't necessarily think that was the intention, but Orris notes have a tendency to kind of lean a little bit closer to a lipstick accord. And this perfume is from their Archives collection, and this has top notes of carrot seed, pink pepper, and coriander, amid of lily of the valley, tea blossom, and cedar, and then a base of orris, vetiver, vanilla, and patchouli. There's something about that beautiful like patchouli combination with the orris. It's just such a gorgeous fragrance. I absolutely love it. It smells amazing. It smells like a feminine lipstick scent. You get the waxiness of the lipstick, you get the patchouli. It's kind of like it's leaning on, it's bordering on the edge of a fruity patchouli. This is not an aromatic patchouli. It is not an earthy patchouli. It's kind of like a fruity patchouli, but it's like it's if you hate patchouli, I would still try this because it's not like overtly so. But here you really get celebration of Horus, and I absolutely love it. It's like hanging in the air right now and smells so divine. If you love old Hollywood and you want to go for like that aesthetic in your fragrance, then definitely this is a must try in my personal opinion. I also have another fragrance that takes kind of like the powdery lipstick slash cosmetic route, but if I'm being totally honest, this is up for interpretation. And with these fantasy notes, oftentimes this can be up for interpretation, right? You're not always going to agree with everyone's interpretation of what a lipstick note or what a lipstick fragrance is. I know a lot of creators have made content talking about lipstick fragrances, and I disagree with a lot of people. Sometimes, of course, I do agree, but this is the kind of fragrance that, to me, it smells like a lipstick and like a powdery cosmetic bag. To others, it might not. But this is Chabaud's La Nuit Danse. I adore this fragrance. Look at this. Look at this. I received a comment the other day talking about like how someone could tell how much I loved a fragrance by the dent. You can tell that I use and abuse my fragrances based off of like the dents in them, and this is no exception. I adore this fragrance and I've had it for only a few months. So, La Nuit Danse includes notes of bergamot at the top, amid of floral notes, violet, heliotrope, and jasmine, and then a base of vanilla, rice, tonka bean, and sandalwood. Perhaps this is a combination of the rice that adds the soft powderiness and the violet, and then the floral notes, because this perfume smells to me kind of like a vintage cosmetic product, and that makes it super comforting and super like, I don't know, just like enveloping. I actually have this fragrance on my nightstand because I will often spray it when I'm going to bed at night because it just relaxes me. There's something about this that I absolutely adore. I think it is top-notch, beautiful. It's also quite understated. I would say the sillage on this is not extreme. Orris, for example, has more of a sillage. So far, out of all the fragrances I've talked about, Idole Nectar is the loudest perfume, but Chabaud stays close to the skin, but it's beautiful. So, La Nuit Danse by Chabaud, this is insanely good. I also have a fragrance that's a little bit more intense, but this is the kind of perfume that people will notice you on, people will comment on this. It is an absolutely stunning fragrance, and I'm talking about none other than Sora Dora's Mallow. This is my favorite Sora Dora, and I've tried, I think, every single fragrance I've launched. And I have a few of them. This is my favorite. It's giving like, oh my gosh, if you want something that's like kind of similar, well, these are very different. If you want something that like mimics the take on lipstick from Orris, but like it adds like more fruitiness and more like girliness, this is beautiful. It's giving like powdered violet marshmallow. So then you have the violet note, which can also be construed to be a lipstick note. Girly, powdery marshmallow with raspberry, with rose, I believe. Let's look at the notes. So basically, we have raspberry, vanilla, sugar, and pink pepper at the top, amid of heliotrope, orange blossom, and almond, and then a base of violet, black musk, and amber. This perfume does adhere to like that orange blossom, marshmallow trend that was kind of really going around a lot, especially with Oriana's release, which Oriana by Parfums de Marly, that fragrance came out and it kind of inspired a lot of regurgitations of that trend. But this is my favorite take on that trend in my opinion, because this fragrance is just so stunningly beautiful. It literally smells like a powdery violet marshmallow, which also in my mind mimics lipstick. It's beautiful. Like, it is divine. It is utterly, utterly beautiful. So good. It is so incredibly delicious. I love this fragrance. I do have a code of the brand if you want to try it out. It's Anya 10, I think, and you can use it on the Discovery set if you want to get a little bit of money off. Sora Dora has some excellent options. I also have the same code available for Chabaud as well. But yeah, this is beautiful. So Sora Dora's Mallow, this is a classic, but this is a must-have if you're looking to kind of expand your collection and you want something that's niche, that's beautiful, that has a powdery violet, that's excellent. I also have this fragrance. Like, I have been neglecting this perfume. It's criminal, you know? Because I literally, I was getting ready for this video, no joke, I was getting ready for this video, and I wanted to put this fragrance in the video, and I had to hunt for it because it was behind another fragrance, and I'm like, why am I neglecting this perfume? This is Marissa Zapa's Annabelle's Birthday Cake. So let's look at the notes, because I haven't talked about this fragrance in a while. But basically, this perfume has top notes of latex, sugar, heliotrope, and lemon, a mid of whipped cream, cupcake, sugar, and rose petals, as well as tuberose, and then a base of honeycomb, cacao pod, and tonka bean. Whenever I've talked about this fragrance, people are in two camps. Either they've tried it and they really like it, or they hear the note of latex and they instantly go the other direction. What I'm telling you, I would encourage you to keep your mind open when it comes to this kind of fragrance, especially if you're hesitant about that latex note, because here's the thing about latex. It has a similar sensory texture in my mind to lipstick. So you know how lipstick can sometimes feel like waxy, can kind of like feel a little bit like flat in terms of like scent, you know, like it's not like, it's kind of waxy, it's kind of, you can tell there's been a bit man-made, you know. Latex has a similar nuance to it. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all, but this perfume smells lipsticky in my mind. It doesn't smell lipsticky in the way that Oris does. It's a different take on it, right? It's beautiful. It's like vintage. Basically, this is inspired by a child's birthday party. So you have the latex balloons, you have the birthday cake, you have the funfetti frosting, you have the sweetness. But the latex here adds a depth of complexity that I haven't really encountered in many other fragrances. So Annabelle's Birthday Cake is stunning. It's so beautiful. I need to wear this more often because I truly have been neglecting it and I do not like that. So this is amazing. I've had this for years. This was one of the very first niche fragrances I ever bought because it was so incredibly unique that I had to have it. And I adore it. I literally went through like three decants of it before I actually finally bought it, and I'm very glad I did. But yeah, anyway, those were the 5 kind of lipstick, cosmetic adjacent perfumes I wanted to tell you about. Thank you for watching till the end of this video. I love doing these kinds of like focused videos where we talk about like individual accords or notes. So let me know what you want me to do next. But as always, thank you for watching till the end of this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!